What is up, everybody? Welcome to Temple Heads Radio Podcast. It is February 27th, 2026. My name is Wilkshake. Welcome to the show. Gonna play some tunes, get through some news, got some hip-hop headlines, some new release stuff, some punk rock history, some punk rock releases. We're looking at that. Make sure to subscribe, put that notification bell, like this video, and share this video with your friends. This is the culmination of all of the Templeheads Collective's art. I got Lady Poetic's poetry book. I got a bunch of Lady Poetic music on here. I got my music. I got my band's music. I got my old music. I got my new music. We got Unique's new music. We got my poetry. And we're going to go through some right now. Hip-hop headlines. Tonight's boom bap and lyrical underground check-in for February 27th, 2026. If you're looking for raw bars over hard drums, today got a few serious drops. First up, Boldy James and Rome Streets 2026. Just released the collab project Manhunt. This is hip-hop headlines. These are new releases I'm reading. Grimy Talk, Street Detail, and that Cold Loop Energy. Right beside that, Planet Asia and Dirty Digs today, 2026. Dropped the album Dirty Planet, which is a straight boom bap lane, chops, snares, and veteran pen game, of course. On the producer heavy side, Snow Goons, European Dudes, 2026, put out Black Snow. If you like that big cinematic head nod sound, that's a good place to start. And for singles, J Royale with Jamil Honesty released The Defamation, and Q Unique with DJ Retmatic dropped Cypher Up. That is all your new releases for today. This one is called Growth by Templeheads and Apathy.
Thanks for tuning in to the Templeheads. Up next, we got Growth, featuring Apathy. Hope you enjoy.
Templeheads in the building. We got Apathy on the track. A living legend, spitting bars with Templeheads. My name is Wilkshake. LP on the anchor. Disrupt the system. Don't play the victim. Embrace the wisdom. Just sit and listen. Invade the mission. Don't cause division. Make hard decisions. Your eyes will glisten. We write and teach, and we act as we preach. Living on the beach, practicing some free speech. When it's far we reach, all we want is world peace. With the soles of our feet, raising dust on every street. I've been called apathetic, I didn't give a fuck. I grew to know love with some pills and good luck. We live, we learn, we hustle to earn bucks. Now I got a house, a fam, a food truck. We live, we learn, we grow, then we spit. The realness of our words will change a little bit. The lyrics get deeper, time sharpens our wits. The older we get, the more we give a shit. We'll shake 1 inch, 1 mile, shall live, more style.
I'm on walking on beats, I'm MJ. MK Ultra catapult you vultures out the way. Take the money out the safe, I make moves out of faith. Show fans how to replace all these rappers that been disgrace. Ventilate the gassed up who passed up a better way. Teach those they led astray, join hands and let us pray. Dear God, I'm trying to keep all of my demons at bay. The perfect clarity is probably several seasons away. Got the patience of a Shaolin monk that meditates. Been rapping before Zev Love X was metal face. Metal strays hit the bystanders, why slander me? I don't hold the same beliefs as some high-handed priest, but the beast is my enemy. My energy increased, went from Hennessy and freaks to just mentally at peace. Now I live for the glory of the Lord in the war against the horde. Forge swords right before we record.
1 inch, 1 mile, shall live, more style.
I got a feeling that this is real, and you know when Wilk Apathy and LP get on that mic, it's gonna be some heat. Woke up again this morning, started storyboarding, catalog construction, very building rewarding. According to the sample, one day we're soaring, led by example, exhibiting bonds forming. Drove down to Phoenix, The river was rising, spoken through the mix, the lyrics never compromising. Hoping just to shoot from the hip, eastward sun rising. Scoping what's in print, getting sick of what's headlining. This is a renaissance for unconditional response. Born bred to bespout the bars, pardon the nonchalance. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, advance the lab, turn the locks. Approach the task at once, no matter what the cost. Recreate every great place they tried to take. This is a sanctuary, so make no mistake. We speak in alien tongues, making art for artist's sake. Layered lyrics led to this like tributaries to a lake. Feel me, feel me.
Lady Poetic shreds. Apathy on the beat. Unique made the beat. Apathy on the track, rather. I love my wife. She's my red ruby. When she works out, I go smoke some doobies. Maybe we'll go out for a walk. Or we will sit around the fire, hoping we both die in our sleep. Our grandchildren are cheering gleefully. I can't explain my love for you. This is all I know to be true. Maybe we'll go out for a walk. Maybe we'll sit around the fire. Lots of action on the posts on YouTube today. We got some new ones from Zephyr Plays Games on the Sessions podcast, on the Sessions post. He wants to hear some Aesop Rock, Fisher and Mr. Life. Is that Mr. Liff or Mr. Life? 11:35. He wants to hear some more Aesop Rock. Aesop Rock is fucking perfect for Sessions, because there's always tons to talk about. He wants to hear some... Where are we here? Is this the Battle Cuts post? Yeah, that's Battle Cuts Sessions we're doing. Yeah, that's right. He wants to hear some MF Doom. Deep Fried Friends. Akala from Unique Beats coming up. And then in Battle Cuts, guys. Battle Cuts is happening this Monday, 8 p.m. We got Slides with a new one. Grammatic. Satoshi Nakamoto featuring Adrian Lau and Prod Cause. He Mad Nice wants to hear Brooklyn Academy featuring Jean Grey, Nothing You Can Do. Battle Cuts is really heating up. That's dope. And then in Templeheads Radio, which we're going to be live 8 p.m. Pacific time on Mondays on the Wilkshake music page, we got Forces Unknown coming in with some new tracks. He wants to hear Outta Here by KRS-One. The World Is Yours by Nas, produced by Pete Rock, he wants to hear. He wants to hear Down With The King by Run DMC featuring Pete Rock and CL Smooth. I'm really looking forward to that one. He also wants to hear Blue Funk by Heavy D and the Boys, produced by Pete Rock. Some more Pete Rock. Cannabis Associate. Forces Unknown, No Diggity by DOS Effects. So we got a bunch of cool stuff coming up on Templeheads Radio this Monday, everybody. The cool thing is about this show is we can kind of do whatever the fuck we want. And it is February 27th. It's not a Tuesday. Apparently hip-hop gets released on Tuesdays a lot for some reason. I'm not sure why. It is Friday. On this day in underground hip-hop, February 27th, back in 2007, Adult Swim teamed up with Definitive Jux and dropped Definitive Swim, a free download that felt like the internet handing you an underground starter pack. Same day, Seattle's Gabriel Teodros released Love Work. Conscious, pick and choose would like it. Conscious, jazzy, super slept on if you've never run it. Jump to 2012, Death Grip hits the headlines for signing to Epic. One of those moments where left rap crashes straight into the major label world. Left field rap. Also on February 27th, 2012, Little B releases God's Father, a huge mixtape era marker for the early cloud rap wave, messy, creative, and totally DIY. Then in 2018, Rock Marciano drops RR2, The Bitter Dose. Grimy, self-made indie rap energy that prove you can move your own way and still shake the culture. Let's get into some more music right now.
Ever wonder why? my full trust if they can just get away from the screen.
It's Lady Poetic. It's been a minute, but don't forget it. I've extrapolated the ingredients. Time to test out the experiment. The reverent, the beast, she comes out to feast in the world where glittering gold and body language reek. The masses would rather have music of this caliber handed to them directly on a silver fucking platter. What's the matter? What's the mass? The trajectory that's fast. I done said it before, same script, different cast. We took immovable objects and unstoppable forces. The joke's on us the second time we record this. We can barely afford this. Fortunately, it's rewarding. Not so much in the monetary sense, but that's boring. I still say fuck a hook. Save that shit for the ballads. Let us not waste space on tracks that are actually valid, bar for bar and lyric for lyric. The competition exists not. Hey, that's the spirit. Distilled in the chambers, stirred and not shaken. The vapors escaping from the vents once the caper develops, unfolds, reveals itself again. From the message to hip-hop lives. Onward, my friends. My name is Wilkshake. You are listening to Temple Heads Radio Podcast. This is episode 3. It is 9:51 a.m. on February 27th, 2026. Glad you were watching. Glad you were listening. Once again, this is all licensed music from Temple Heads Collective. We all contribute to this. LPs on the tracks for Temple Heads. Unique makes the beats. Unique's got some tracks on Spotify. He's got in here. Amole's getting some tracks on Spotify that are going to be on this playlist. A lot of my songs are on this playlist. Next, let's get into one. What do we got here? Irish Pub Scrap. My most listened to song until Mercury's Hard Truths.
We came to fight tonight. The whole room is feeling really tense. We got some black guys, alright. Our faces bloodied, our eyes so bright. It started as a bar fight. Then we took it outside. They sucker punched my kid. Let the rumble begin. I took a left, then threw a right. Capitalized when I saw the fright. Tommy O'Neill, he laughed despite. He was all torn up, bottom up, and left to right. It started as a bar fight. Then we took her outside. They sucker punched my kid. Let the rumble begin. So where do we go from here? I think we should find a normal to sit down and have a beer. Have a beer. Have a with the fellas. Cheers the members. With the kids and the rest of the kin.
That is Irish Pub Scrap by Brendan Wilkie from the album Silent Psychosis that was just released yesterday from 2008. Like I said, that was my most listened to track before Mercury's Hard Truth came along. This day, February 27th in punk rock history. Today in 90s punk history, and we're keeping it Epitaph and Fat Records. That's kind of the punk rock that I grew up on all the way. There's lots of punk rock from the 90s that I don't know about, but we're focusing on Epitaph and Fat because that's where my favorite bands come from. February 27th, Bad Religion. released The Grey Race on Epitaph, one of those records that got big hooks, sharp lyrics, and that urgent, bad religion pulse that basically defines a label's golden years. Now flip that on the fat side. On February 27th, 1995, NoFX played Factory Milan, Italy, with Lagwagon on the bill. Man, I wish I could have been there. Pure mid-90s Fat Wreck energy when those bands were running on speed, melody, and chaos in the best way. And if we zoom out a bit, because there's not so many punk rock bands, we're not going to get a release on every single day. But if we zoom out just a bit to the rest of late February 90s, because it all connects, you've got No Use for a Name, rest in peace, Tony Sly, dropping Lesh Con Carn. That stole a lot of my life, that album. Taught me how to be emotional. Taught me how to be empathic and in tune with my emotions. At a young age, that was a very important record for me to become an actual nice man. Maybe become a nice man, that record. So I give a lot of credit to Tony Sly for that. Once again, rest in peace. Never forget Tony Sly. February 15th, 1995, which is basically a masterclass of fast, yes, emotional, melodic punk rock. They weren't fucking around. They weren't making joke songs like NoFX was. Serious songs. Serious, but emotionally serious. Melodic punk. Then in 1996, Japan's famous High Standard put out Growing Up on February 13th. And Snuff. Gotta love Snuff. I don't know how to pronounce this album. It's Demand Musa Bunk. Demand Musa Be Bunk. I think that's what it is. That same day, both on Fat Wreck, both absolute fuel for the scene. And to cap off that stretch, March 5th, 1996, Fat Wreck released a compilation, Survival of the Fattest. I was 14 when that album came out. I was staying at my brother's place in Aurora, Ontario, near Newmarket, I believe, is the town that it's close to. And my brother's roommate got me into that album. I got that probably within the same week that it came out. That had a bunch of amazing tracks on it. Let me just, let's just go through Survival of the Fattest real quick. Because a lot of my favorite bands were introduced to me on that album. A whole bunch, there it is. Where is the, I'm going to look up track list right here. Track list. Survival of the Fattest track list. Okay, so we got California Dreamin' by High Standard. We got Nation States. That's where I first heard Propagandhi on Fat Music for Fat People a couple years earlier. So I already knew about them, but I discovered High Standard on this album. Good Riddance, I already had a bit of information on. Mother Superior, classic. Rotten Apple, well, Strung Out. Once got thrown out of a Strung Out show for being too drunk. High Standard, Wait for the Sun, a couple High Standard songs on there. Walk by Snuff, that introduced me to Snuff. Actually, Guns and Wankers, I guess I was introduced to on, which is kind of Snuff. Justify Black Eye by No Use for a Name, still listen to that song on the regular. Sleep by Lagwagon, can still sing that verbatim. Libel by Tilt, She Grabbed My Throat and Kissed Me after I jokingly ran into her so I could make a conversation with her at a Less Than Jake show in 1996. Vincent by NoFX, and Layman's Terms by Lagwagon. Lagwagon's one of my all-time favorite bands, and of course, Country Roads. Me First and the Gimme Gimmes. That is your punk history. Let's get into some more music. 2006 with Chris Moon at This Dark Empire Records out of Listowel, Ontario. Chris Moon, Mooner, if you're listening, man, let's make some more records. Punk releases, February 27th. Not a lot going on, but Social Distortion has a new album coming out on May 8th, and they released their single Born to Kill. Check out Social Distortion, Born to Kill. It is amazing. I loved it. I've spun it like 12 times since it got released. It is such a good tune. Rise Against, the Unraveling Remix and Remastered Reissue. Fat Records, street date listed to February 27, 2026. A little remix and remastered version of the Unraveling. So that is what we got for punk rock releases. Let's read you some poetry. This one's called Sex. Sex is magnificent. The art is so clever. Best with none other, together forever or never. Sometimes you finish a wee touch too soon. Sometimes you climax a messy typhoon. Either way, it's great, so stay up way too late and play with your partner like this if you relate. This one's called Never Flee. A human traveled near and far, who tried so hard to touch the stars, whose earnings left them sore and scarred. When they were caged, they bent the bars, whose wave crashed hard just like the sea, forever known as hard to please. With value for this only cree, when you rise, you never flee. When you rise, you never flee. This is Dark Side by Lady Poetic. Round here, hope falls. Reflections turn to blackened walls. Bound near, unanswered calls. Nothing well, and yet she falls. Victim to the beat and consummation so complete. Resonating through the center, spread like cancer to the street. Street lights, no surprise, the lengths we go to meet. Terms so unexpected, eloquently it's presented. Pretentious, yep, you guessed it, but imperfections fail to speak of the volumes we've received and reconsidered by the siege. Breathe deep, inhaling consonants like emerald green, clouded over by our judgments, scripts written scene by scene, pristine by the thought pattern, rehearsed in a manner so haphazard. Chemically we bond, then break apart into bits that matter, faster than equations dictated by the masons, brazen in the stride that brought you to this haven, favored by the few who made it, never entertained escaping. Statements like this gain the masses. This is all but basic, waiting on approach, hanging by a moment. Don't I know it? Closing in by this token. Fast forward me to the closet, enterprise. Fast me forward to the closet, enterprise, and in disguise I'll regain what once was mine. What a find behind closed eyes, swirling, building up to size, tripping like a Dramamine. And you're the line that crystallized, friendly skies, fly by night, red eyes to forbidden times. Atmospheric changes evidenced by the sudden rise of a gasping on passing by. Screams should echo on this side. Welcome to the darkest corner of our time. Designated by divides, programmed by the minds of intellectual designs, delineated by a formulary kind of a beat map on a brainwave known as the Dark Side.
Wilkshire, what up?
What's up, Merc?
Van Island, Van City.
British Columbia, Canada, bro.
Let's talk about those hard truths, man. Story time. What's on your mind? This bottle's breaking, I'm contemplating, it's hard to face it. It's all complacent, like mentally I'm incarcerated. All I want is just to be the best me, but all this PTSD won't ever leave me stress-free. I'm trying not to relapse, so I call up Wilkshire. It doesn't take much to remember how all those pills taste. My therapist said my obsessions with the thrill chase. Sick in the head for these traumas, I'm such an ill case. The mountain's right there in front of me, but I can't climb it. I don't talk about my problems, so I'm mad silent. Ignoring everybody's calls like it's bad timing. My second home away from home is still on Van Island. Shout out my homies there, I know they relate. If my heart is on my sleeve, that means it shows my mistakes. Every night all those memories playing back of that one horrible night I was brutally fucking stabbed. Oh man.
Oh, it's fucking intense, bro. I'm sorry you went through that. But our trauma does not define us, it created us. We are monsters. We all got a story to tell. Here's mine. I broke 14 bones, laying dead in a ditch. They got Tammy out, cause my body didn't flinch. A game of inches, but I was never a bitch.
I screamed for my life. People watched on the bridge. The jaws of life cut me out of the wreck. I broke my whole body except for my neck. I smashed in my skull, but I'm harder than cement. The recovery began as my mind became bent. Years passed by, and all the bones mended. My mind was just fine, or so I pretended. Things got worse, and my happiness ended. Depression set in, I grew more demented. I swallowed it down, and kept myself moving. Sick as a dog, as I grew more polluted. My demons took over, and my love parachuted. I still suffer from it, but life hasn't concluded.
Listen, fellas. After all, when a stone is dropped into a pond, the water continues quivering even after the stone has sunk to the bottom. Gentlemen, it's evident with every sentence when the sentiments impress upon the present that past conflicts are at rest. But the impact and aftermath is still fresh within your head, and the nightscapes keep escaping the dream catcher above your bed. You could set on the suitcase of lost pursuits, but you carry it instead, harboring and celebrating your hardest truths once again to the death, impressing us along the way, as the wayward son once said, carry on cause it's cemented, let us draw in a new breath. Your catecholamine systems have been extremely sensitized, far beyond your peers, and they don't even realize how heroic it seems to devise a lyrical tapestry for the wise. You can still bear the scars without the pain that's left behind. It's a proof we're alive. The ultimate manifestation of dysregulation, most certainly hurting while you strive and search for elevation. Let it serve your purpose or defy it for condemnation. Your resiliency to catastrophe is worth every word, let it be your salvation. Our humanity's artistic, conceptually realistic. Thank you, Wilkeshake and Mercules, for sharing your gifts. It's instinctual, necessary, noble and humble. And if it touches one life, well, then it was worth all the trouble. Each soliloquy finally threaded in its function. We weave a story for glory, for trauma has no boundaries at this junction.
We try so hard, we give so much. Our souls are tired, we had bad luck. We're monsters! That special touch. There's not one thing that will be too much. We try so hard, we give so much. Our souls are tired, we had bad luck. We are monsters!
That is a wrap. Join us on Mondays at 8 p.m. Pacific time on the Wilkeshake Music Channel. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Make the world a better place and enjoy your day. Peace out.